Once we do question number 8, let me write the question down. The function f and g are defined as follows. A comma b are constants. We got f of x is equal to 1 positive 2 times a divided by x negative a, x greater than a, and g of x is bx negative 2 for x element of R. Question A, given f of 7 is equal to 5 over 2 and g f of 5 is equal to 4, we are asked to find the values of a and b. And question B wants us to find the domain of f inverse, and the question C wants us to find f inverse of x. Okay, so let's start with question A. Given is f of x is 1 positive 2a over x negative a, and f of 7 is equal to 5 over 2. So this means x is equal to 7, which in turn would mean f of 7 is equal to 1 positive 2a over 7 negative a. Now since f of 7 is equal to 5 over 2, this in turn would mean 1 positive 2a over 7 negative a is equal to 5 over 2. So this in turn would mean 1 negative 5 over 2 is equal to 2a over 7 negative a. So I would get negative 3 over 2 and 2a over 7 negative a. You cross multiply, you get negative 3 of 7 negative a is equal to 2 times of 2a, which is 4a. This one will give me negative 21 and positive 3a. You move this to the other side, you get, there's one thing you need to follow here. So we are actually moving this to the other side. Naturally this will have to be moved. So in that case you will have a negative sign there. So a negative sign will be carried on. So that in turn will give us a negative 4a. So you have a negative 4a and a negative 3a. You have a negative 21. So this in turn would mean negative 7a is equal to negative 21. Therefore a is equal to 21 over 7, which in turn would mean my a is equal to 3 units. So I've got a is equal to 3 units, and therefore our f of x, which had a being featured, is now going to be 2 times of 3 divided by x negative 3, which is 1 positive 6 over x negative 3. So this is our f of x, 1 positive 6 over x negative 3. Now we have to get g f5. So this is the next part. Now g f5 is actually g of f of 5. Now f of 5, x is equal to 5, which means 1 positive 6 over 5 negative 3, which is 1 positive 6 over 2. 2 divides here 3 times, which will give you 1 positive 3 is equal to 4. So f of 5 is equal to 4. So therefore g of f of 5 is equal to g of 4, which means you will have to put this value in over here, g of x, right? So that in turn would give us b times of 4 minus 2. So this is what you have got, 4 times b minus 2. But this is a value, this has a value. What is that? G of f of 5 is equal to 4, right? So this has a value which is 4. So this in turn would mean 4b minus 2 is equal to 4. You push it to the other side, so 4b is equal to 6. Therefore b is equal to 6 over 4. 2 divides here 2 times, 2 divides here 3 times. So b is 3 over 2. So this is the value we have got. Now we have got a value. So a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 3 over 2. So that is what is required. And we have got that. So we have found the values here. Now the next step is we need to get the domain for f inverse of x. So let me write f of x. F of x is equal to 1 positive 6 over x negative 3. Now as x tends to 3, right, from the positive side, that would mean this quantity would result in f of x tending to the value infinity. Now you might be wondering, why did I take x tends to 3 from the positive side? Because f of x is only defined for all values of x greater than 3. So that's the reason I'm tending x from the positive side. Okay, so having got this, what if my x tends to infinity? As x tends to infinity, 1 over x minus 3 will tend to 0. So this in turn would mean my f of x will tend to 1. So this in turn would mean the domain of f inverse of x will be all x greater than 1. So that is what is required for this question. Now having given you this, we are asked to find f inverse of x. So since f of x is 1 positive 6 over x negative 3, I'm going to rewrite this as y is equal to 1 positive 6 over x negative 3. Now replace x by y and y by x to find f inverse of x. So this is x is equal to 1 positive 6 over y negative 3. Then you rewrite the system for y. So that means this will now be x negative 1 is equal to 6 over y negative 3. I am going to actually push this up and push this down. So this in turn would mean y negative 3 is equal to 6 over x negative 1. Push the other negative 3 to the other side. This will give you y is equal to 6 over x negative 1 positive 3, which in turn would mean f inverse of x is equal to 3 positive 6 over x negative 1, which means the domain is only defined for all x greater than 1. So this in turn would mean f inverse of x is defined for x greater than 1. That's exactly what we arrived here, right? So that completes the solution for this question. Students, thank you.